Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
You know,
Yeah, I don't hear.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yes. Well.
Yes, we can hear
I
you.
don't hear. I have no sound. I come back.
I suppose all of you didn't attend the previous session as me,
I
or
didn't.
no.
So they're probably still busy.
yeah, I think so.
The same. Yeah.
I'm back. How are you?
Fine. Do you hear us?
Oh, yes. Now, yes. It's because I was in the other room and then coming here, my microphone remained in the other room.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Ready for the beer?
Yes.
Who took the
Oh,
beer? Who took the beer? No?
I
Ah,
took
Christian, franchement.
Yeah, I know, but go
Oh
to
là là.
Brussels just for that
Ah ouais.
was
Ah,
a
yeah.
little bit too long for me.
For me, it was a 3-minute bike ride. So
That's cool.
Yes, we had no choice because the delivery is too.
Yeah, of course.
it.
But,
Yes.
it's a good concept. That's cool.
Yes, and a good beer, it seems.
But we have to try.
I let you.
It's
I
Brussels
go
Beer
ahead.
Project.
Yes.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
our beer as well. Some of the Azana beer we brewed as well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I like it very much.
You like
I
it?
must say yes, because
glad.
I'm not very beer. No, I like more wine.
Yeah.
But no, the Adzana beer was very, very good.
Oh, thank you. I'm
Yes,
flattered. It's from
yes.
a small brewery in Saint-Gilles called Beer Storming. And
Ah,
yeah, it's cool. You can make your own beer there. So
yes, no, it's fruity, but
yeah,
not too much.
a little
But
bit.
yes,
It's an
yes, yes.
IPA, but with a bit of punch.
Yes. So I let you for a moment because I have to encounter the man from the beer. So you can play, you can speak between
Don't worry.
you. Okay, see you.
Bye.
Yeah.
So,
You
Jean-Christophe,
know,
I
when
see that you have a lot of beers in front of you.
yes, I took all of them.
Oh, that's cool.
But I was surprised because I didn't really pay attention. But when I saw the Zana's beer, I was like, "Hey, that's fun! It looks like the name of a Belgian fintech."
Close, a Belgian consulting firm.
Yes. Actually, I know Zana, but that's why I was really not paying attention at all. I was like, "Yeah, that's funny. I think there's a company in Belgium." As this
Yeah.
beer.
Can you show me
It
the
was for
bottle?
Actually,
for the Digital Finance Summit. We figured we'd do something special, and they still had a couple left over. So
Can you show me
that's
the bottle,
yes.
please?
Here we
Oh,
go.
no, okay, this one.
play on
Wait,
words,
even
IPA and IPay.
the
No,
small,
because
the small
I didn't pick up the
logo
beers.
can be.
Yeah, it was for FinTech Belgium. I didn't pick up the beer in Brussels, but at my birthday last week, and a friend who did a surprise and sent me post some beers of Beer Project. They are doing some package, and so I have a full bunch of beer to taste. It was a cool surprise, and therefore I discovered a Brussels beer project.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm going to go grab a beer since we're talking about it as well. I'll be back in a minute.
So, Jean-Christophe, you are from Simon Brown?
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
working
okay.
at Simon Brown. We actually met already a few years ago when you launched DCTO, actually.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, so far it was at a FinTech Belgium meeting, I remember, and you were in the process of getting your license.
Okay, so you are there since the beginning of.
No, actually, I was working for Joan Garrett, and we joined together Simon Brown 9 months ago. So we were working at Osborne Clark at that time. So yeah, we decided to unify our strengths to have one big fintech team.
Yeah, cool. And you are working on a European level or only focus on Belgian players?
Mostly on Belgian players, of course. Recently, there were a lot of Brexit companies coming to Belgium, so you discover a bit more of their approach and how does it work in the UK also. So yeah, we're helping every type of players, and we have a lot of best friend firms, if you want. So every time there's some kind of needs for advices in France or in the Netherlands, everyone, we can always arrange some kind of things with other law firms. So
Good. What about you, Daniel?
What about me? So I'm working in a scale-up in telecom and security, and I was working previously in the insurance vertical, and it's via the insurance vertical that I joined the fintech. And being in a scale-up, we understand each other much better than going for very big enterprises, and therefore I'm partnering with fintech, and I find it very interesting also with the subjects they are tackling. So that's with the point. So the first time I attend an event, it was before COVID, so it's about 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
Hello, Toon.
Hello, Toon.
Hi everybody. I think
Hello.
people will be joining now. So if you, I think we need to spend the next minutes to make sure everybody finds a way out, because it was pretty hard, and that's something about the interface of the Bizaboo platform. You always have to go back to the agenda and then join the active session. It's not the most natural way if you use other tools. So I think we're going to wait another minute to make sure, because we were 25 upon leaving the previous session. So I'm going to give it another minute for everybody to arrive and to kick off the session with Dimitri Van Rooij, who I'm still trying to locate in the screen, because he's the one who's going to help us with the beer tasting. And before Dimitri is going to speak, of course, we have our announcements to be made. So there's 19 of us who found this session, and I think at 20 we can kick off. So one more person and we should be able to launch this, right? I'll put a second condition there. Another 10 seconds and then we're going to launch it, because I don't want us all hanging in there waiting for the 20. Yeah, we can go. Moving on. So Alessandra, I think it's you who were going to make the announcements, or is it Jean-Louis?
Here. So yes, indeed, I'm going to turn everyone off, I'm afraid. I want to say hello, everyone. Daniel, Nicolas. I'm turning everyone off, I'm afraid, so that we have. Oops. Go. Join. Here we go. And here we are. So, here we are. That's good. So the only person I need to be on is Jean-Louis, who's going to share a really good. You need to activate your microphone and your camera. So basically, for those who weren't there before, this is. Wait, I need to first activate myself as a. Tu dois activer ta caméra comme tu l'as fait tout à l'heure. Caméra et pas micro. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to be live as well, so that you can see the setup here. So we have our dear president. We have Xavier, who presented the account and the budget of this year. And we have this absolutely gorgeous, not the food, the owl, which is absolutely great and gives you the image that you have here. So now, Jean-Louis, have you activated your camera? Because then you can, I'm going to bring you live so that you can share the presentation for the anniversary event.
All right. So I'm on. Do you want me to? It's not good to be shared.
To share your screen. So first of all, thank you for being here. Welcome to everyone for those who weren't there before. And we're going to first share we're going to share with you some news from this year, all the accomplishments that we've gone, the challenges and accomplishments, and then we'll go to in about half an hour we will have a beer tasting all together. So hopefully more people will come, and so that we can split the groups into breakout rooms, so that we can all have like a drink with 4 or 5 other people and get to meet each other and get to know each other. So I don't know if you're.
I cannot share yet. You need to activate my sharing capabilities.
I will do that. So sharing.
We go very fast.
The screen. Here we go.
Desktop, yes. Thank you.
It's getting difficult not to open the bottle. I know. We started with yours actually, Mathieu. So you have another beer with you. Sorry, it's there actually. Offered by one of our sponsors, Atana, and you can always start with this one whilst waiting. So I don't know, it's sharing, but I don't know you, but I don't see anything here.
Look at this.
Ah, here we go.
It works. All right. So, well, thank you again, and welcome to everybody. So I will go through a very small summary of what has been done last year. But I can only tell you already that I'm so happy to have this celebration of the 5th anniversary of our association. And I know that you are all about crying because the emotion is unbearable, but let's be brave and strive towards the beer that will be the present afterwards. So a little bit, a very short state of the union. Some of you and the members in the GA have been through a little bit of this slide, but to let you know that that's the slide, huh? Mm-hmm. That the COVID of last year did not destroy our association quite otherwise. We have demonstrated pretty much of resilience, and thank you very much to the team. We have been able to reinvent ourselves, and as such, for all our tech sector, the success of digital is blatant. The actions of our association have been always, structured in this PIN promotion, making sure that we have our voice heard, that we are also promoting our sector and our members in order to, make some proposal for the relaunch plan of our dear Thomas Bernine. We continued with the information mission, and obviously we organized the education session And obviously, we did some great network events and animation. With respect to voice of the members being heard, we did a lot of surveys. Hopefully, I don't think we did receive any kind of complaints that we did too many surveys. However, that's the way we want to go to move on, is to make sure that we can understand what you want and that we keep connected with the needs of the members. So again, thank you very much, Alice and your team, for all the energy you have brought to this type of actions. Next slide. So, sorry, I will go. I'll try to go fast. So, as we said, we are 110 members. 12 left us for various reasons, not really linked to any kind of unsatisfaction, but rather refocusing on some other sector than the fintech. But more importantly, 32 joined us. So welcome to all of you, and thank you very much for your trust. Organized 29 events, in person, in digital, in phygital, that means hybrid. So you can read from yourself what has been achieved, webinars, classrooms, meetups, and networking events, among which we can underline the first BNILAS event. Digital Finance Summit, DFS. You remember that the year before we had organized that with Fidolfin and the European Banking Federation. You will hear my dog bark. That's the idea of being working at home. So Digital Finance Summit, we had 350 participants. Let me just open the door here. That's fantastic. Wonderful. So I'm opening the door with people that are at the front door, obviously. 80 speakers of quality. It's always important and difficult to find good speakers, but we have been very strict about the quality, and every year we try to improve ourselves in the selection and the filtering of these speakers. 3 tables, as you can remember, and actually the degree of satisfaction for the DFS have been tremendous. In few words, of course, challenging year. For the financials, you can imagine that the people, to motivate the people, you remember last year there has been such an increase in offering of webinar, and so that, all that the ticketing and the partnering is it has been totally shaken. As for the events, also the logistic has been always a challenge. Technological and technology tools have been, and streaming materials, we had to reinvent ourselves. And as far as communication, we had to organize and to increase the channel of communications so that we are able to keep connected with our community. So fantastic creativity of the team, fantastic resilience of the team, fantastic feedback from you, because without your ideas, we are nothing. And we are continuing to invest into our future. A lot of novelties, of course. We have new bloods in the directorship. I guess, if I'm not mistaken, we have a slide with the name of the 4 others, the 4 new members. No, we don't have, but we can say, Vas-y, Alessandra?
Me? Okay.
Yes, you are younger, so better memory.
We have Beatrice from Co-Station. We have Bjorn comes from Vlerik. We have Peter Lambrecht from Oki Oki.
John.
And we have, of course, John from Simon Braun, who has joined. The 4 of them have been voted in tonight, and so I think that we can actually applaud them because it's
wonderful.
Absolutely a great. Yeah, together with the dog, I can hear you very much supported.
So we have working groups. We are organized ourselves in verticals to respond to the request. Accounting tech, regulation tech, insurtech, payments and e-commerce, digital assets, and stimulus pack, the relaunch pack, and the EDFA. There's somebody at the door, but nobody in my house are reacting. So it's amazing.
And I don't dare to go. Apparently, the dog is not nice with everyone.
So we also organize a lot of discussions with officials. Regulation. You can imagine that for the relaunch plan, we wanted to have our voice heard. so that there are some money that are invested for the purpose of our sector, and also for serving, the let's say or stimulating the demand for the members of FinTech. It's good. I always wanted to kill this dog, but now I have an additional reason to do so. So the relaunch proposal has been shared with Thomas Dermine, Vincent Van Petegem, and Mathieu Michel. We have also shared our key, let's say, proposals together with Febelfin, Assuralia, and Agoria. What's new at the operational level? And I will leave the floor to Alessandra.
So, as many of you might have seen or heard or read in your emails, because we haven't seen each other much lately, we have a brand new image and a lot of new communication tools. So we have our new website, lots of news that we can now share thanks to a great tool. We have launched our own YouTube channel, on which we are sharing now what we call the DFS Inspire, and which are video capsules of a digest of the Digital Finance Summit of last year. We have also new events like demo sessions and more classrooms, and I will talk about it later on in a few slides. And we have launched, as you've heard, the EDFA, FIRE, and I would like also to quickly go through the partnerships that we have been able to renew, improve, and also all the new ones that we have been able to sign. So, in terms of new image, in terms of a new website, you might have seen it. The idea is really to decrease the amount of emails that we are sending out, because definitely too much communication, as I said earlier on, can kill communication. So we have tried now to make a one-stop website where you will find a lot of news from all our community, all our members, all our partners. Thanks to a great tool that you can see here, Social Media as a Service, and I really recommend it. And yes, Jean-Louis is taking care of the slides. Oh, it's not going. Oh, here we go. We have been able to do the UX thanks to the advice of Ergomania as well. It gives, in a few bullet points, it gives better visibility to the members. They have their own page. As we discussed just earlier on, we've come from roundtables with our members, and one of the things that was said is that we have tags, we have a search engine, and now it's easier to find the members back. But the only way we can do this is by having them playing the game and also updating their tags and their own page. So please answer Regina when she sends you an email. That will help your visibility quite drastically. So we have a news page, as you can see. We have our own news. We have we share consultations. We share everyone's news. You just need to send an email to news@fintechbelgium.be. We have a section on About Us, which I believe is much better structured. It explains better how to join us, a page Join Us, where any partner or member can see much more easily how to join our community. And then we have a page with events, not just ours, but also partners' events. So we have on our homepage as well, we have tried to make our homepage like a summary of whatever is behind. And so we have, if you want your news as well to be shared on our Twitter feed that you can see on our homepage, you just need to hashtag FintechBE, not Fintech Belgium, but FintechBE, and you will appear on our homepage, for instance. And then the big good thing is that we have a private members section, which enables the members to see to find all the things that will that will be important to them. So calls for pitch for speakers, as I mentioned before, the consultation from regulators, policymakers, the European Commission. We were talking about the European Digital Finance Association, which is a way. So we channel this onto this private members section. We offer also unique proposals, unique offers, promotions from our partners, and all sorts of deals. Also, if you would like to join us in Fire Hub, you will find the special deals that we have to offer in Silver Square under that section, because it is indeed something that needs to remain only for members. So please, if you're a member here and you haven't activated or registered to this members section yet, please do, because it's really important to us that you see all the news from there. You will only receive a digest every 2 weeks or something like that. Instead of having every time we have a news, we used to send you an email. If you want to decrease the email, the amount of emails that we send to you, please do register to that page.
Next slide, correct?
Yes.
Fantastic.
So in terms of social media, our activity is also higher, and we know that we haven't been at the top of creating content, and so we rely on you guys to share your news with us. As I mentioned, news@fintechbelgium.be, and we are using social media as a service to help us share, automate, and also search the right news to share with you. We also have increased the partners, so like EDFA, Hub Brussels, VOCA, NDB, and so on, and we try to reshare as much as we can online. And as I mentioned before, we have launched our new YouTube channel, so on a weekly basis you can have a digest video of the Digital Finance Summit of 2020. Thank you. So we also have created new events. So the first big one will be the demo session next week, and we have also increased our offer in classrooms by partnering up with more companies, and such as Asana, Cresco, the Tavernier Strategy Communication, Febelfin Academy, and so on. And this list is not over yet. It's going to, we're still discussing with lots of them, because we want to add more topics such as cybersecurity, payments, as Cresco is going to be working on ecosystem and how to fundraise and better fundraise and better and for you to get better partnerships. For the demo session, it will be an event starting next week, where we're going to put the innovation in the spotlight. And so the idea is really to have pitches on the one hand, and we are picky because we really want it to be innovative. It's not just a commercial talk. It's really showing new fintechs, new features, new products from all the fintechs as well. The idea also is to open our doors to corporates to come and reverse pitch. And the third part of the event will be to be able to meet companies. So we have 3 dates at the moment. Next week, May the 6th, June 17th, and September the 30th. So don't miss that. It's going to be good. If you have other ideas, other needs, please call me, because we're really open to increase this offer and then really answer your needs as well as possible. Now I'm going to give the floor to Xavier, who's going to be talking about the European Digital Finance Association.
Yes, thank you. I will give you an update about the European Digital Finance Association, and for some of you it's maybe something new. So we incorporated last year in May 20th the European Digital Finance Association, which is a non-profit international association based in Brussels. It took a few months to incorporate the association because of the law. We need a royal decree to have the official the official incorporation. Now it's done. We did it with eight other countries. So the idea is to create an association of national associations. So we started with 8 other countries. So we started with 9 countries together with Belgium, and now we have reached 13 countries. You can see the flags, so it's a game for you to try to know which countries are members. But the largest in Europe, with the exception of Germany, because Germany is quite complex in terms of fintech association, are members of the EDFA, so the European Digital Finance Association. The mission is to really be the single point of contact of the industry stakeholders. I mean mainly European Commission and the regulators. We are talking about the European regulators, and we have a real impact on them because we incorporated this association because they were asking to have a counterpart to talk with, instead to have only large corporate companies with their lobbying associations. They wanted to talk with small and medium companies in our industry. And so the association makes a lot of sense. So the organization today is very light. We have 2 pro bono person in the organization. The president, Maria, I will not tell her I will not tell you her name because it's quite difficult to say. It's no, yes, yeah, something like that. So she's president of Czech FinTech, and FinTech Belgium is the Secretary General, and I am the representative of FinTech Belgium within the DFA. What we achieved today, so since May, it's 2 events online, quite successful because there is a huge demand for European events. And then we had also a very strong influence on the digital finance package, which was the first move of the new European Commission. And to be very honest, they made a large part of a copy-paste of our proposal. So they were really expecting something from us, and they use it. And we had also a huge impact on Mika and Dora. I will not explain what is Mika and Dora, but it's not a Dora from the cartoon TV, it's something else. And then it has an impact on the FinTech Belgium members because we are all under the European regulation, the European rules, and also the European politics. So it's important for us, and we need your feedback. So I think that we sent a few communications last year and this year to you guys about the question of Mika, Dora, and other topics. I know it's hard to read 20, 30, 100 pages of projects from the European Commission and to give feedbacks on that. But please, if you are interested or if you have the risk to be impacted, give us feedback because we don't have that many feedbacks from members. I mean, on European level. So the few feedbacks we have has a huge impact. So please don't hesitate to answer our request. Jean-Louis, can you go to the next slide?
Of course.
Thank you very much. So yes, 2021 development is to hire a first collaborator. We have a very limited budget at the DFA because we charge for the moment only a membership, and the membership is 1,500 euro per year per member. So you multiply this by 13 and you have the budget of a full year. So it's quite limited. So we will start with hiring a first collaborator through an internship, something like that. And the mission or the role or the task of this collaborator will be to respond to more European policy projects. So it's really a public affair aspect. And then it's also to organize events to increase the number of members, because we are 13, we can go to 20, 28, maybe 30 members. And then it's also to sign paying partnerships, I mean sponsors, to fund much more this association. And we have corporate companies interested because then they can reach 13 countries with only one association. What we pay attention to is not to take partners from national association to the international association. Otherwise, if we take a partner from FinTech Belgium to DFA, it's good for DFA, but it's less good for FinTech Belgium. So we have to find this balance. That's it for DFA. I think you can go to the next slide. So, and then it's fire.
It's fire. We are. I think that's 5 minutes between this presentation and your beer. So I will go very fast. As you all know, we launched last year Fire, which is our digital or your digital finance hub. So we have been through a selection, an RFP, and we have selected Silver Square. And Fire stands for FinTech, InsurTech, Regulation Tech, and ecosystem of etc. tech, if you want. So the idea of the agreement together with Silver Square is to be sure that the members get fantastic and very attractive tariffs if they want to go in the co-working space of Silver Square. Today, the places where we are, and by all means, you need to understand that our association is going to be physically located in this Fire Hub, together with the European Digital Finance Association that Xavier was just describing before in the previous slides. And the idea is also to animate this space, with visits. The idea is not to be too far from the EC, not to be too far from the ecosystem, so the ultimate idea in the course of this year is to be located near Central Station. So it will be just at the other side of B Central. Also for you to know that today, the spaces are open, and we have the location of our association in Bailly, let's say Bailly and the cross with Louise Alain, Avenue Louise. Okay, and that is exactly located in this slide. So most of you will recognize, this corner and the square where you will be uniquely positioned. And that should be, it was initially planned to be in May, June. I'm sorry, I don't have at this stage exactly the target, but it should be now in the 1st of July. So we will have opening and moving out to this final location. There's been some very few delay, I must say, but that are due to, of course, the COVID. So very important for you is to be sure that you can enjoy this place. Very important for you also to know is that if you have any kind of suggestions on animation, don't hesitate to do so. So the idea of this place is to be creative, to be collaborative, to exchange, and to animate that. And obviously, we are going to also be there to animate. We already asked, people, even the BNB, NBB, FSMA, some other association, and we also discussed with the EC, and the idea would be it would be ideal if you have, the policymakers that put some off. Let's say the record discuss with some of our members in a lounge and in a very, let's say, nice place.
So, and also we were talking about animating it. So the idea is to organize a regular breakfast. Your request, some members through the survey asked also to organize after work drinks. So I've heard that. And also we have already partnered up with the 6 companies that you can see here on the screen. And we will be, some of them will be organizing open office hours, which means free advice for our members. So please stay tuned, because as from, I would say, the 1st of September, our members are going to be offered free advice, which is great.
Which is exactly great.
And all of this would of course, not be possible without all the partnership. And I'm really weighing my words when I say great and invaluable. We have now a new way of considering partnerships. So we used to have this bronze to platinum, and which made it quite complicated, because you had corporates mixed up with startups according to what the money that they were going to put into the support of our community. And so what we have decided this year is to create 2 types or 3 types of partnerships, with mainly having startups and scale-ups, which come with different needs and different assets, and the corporate partners. And those 2 will meet in the middle, because they both have different needs, different things that they can offer and bring to the community. And so, so for instance, in the startup and scale-up partners, these are all our partners for this year. I'm saying all, but until now, and we are hardly 4 months in, so we are still working on contacting more companies to join us and support the ecosystem. And so because when we talk about partnership, it's really win-win situation. And so all the brands that you can see here will be supporting the board, supporting us in terms of content. You will see them on stage. You will see they might be hosting events such as Area 42, for instance. And I have put a little weird. Normally, Infradata also had a little square. So Moniz and Infradata both are going to offer something a bit special to our ecosystem. Moniz is offering 15% discount, if I'm not mistaken. No, I should have said 30. You would have said yes.
Probably.
Sorry, guys, I missed that one. But so 15% off for all the members of FinTech Belgium. And Infradata is going to offer free audits to the first FinTechs to react. So all the details will be online and in your members section that I was mentioning earlier on. So really, I recommend you to register to that one. And then in the corporate partners, we have many more. Again, my little squares have disappeared, but so we have Adzana. Yes, some of them are there, but not all. So Adzana, thank you very much for this little extra beer to our pack. A very good and light IPA. And they're going to also, we will see them in trainings. Cresco will be offering free advice. They are supporting the hub, Fire Hub as well, offering free hours of advice to our members as well, according to who answers first. So again, go back to the members section. They will be organizing a training very soon in June on ecosystem, on how to create your partnerships around you, fundraising, and we'll be offering a book, a very nice book about the topic to all participants to the training. We will have indeed a DLA Piper also supporting FIRE, such as Simon Braun as well, and White and Case, and DLA Piper is going to offer free advice hours as well. And then Ergomania is going to offer a workshop and also a discount of 10% on 2 of their products. So this news is not online yet because we have received the offer just today. So it will be, it will come. So in the coming weeks, get connected to the members section. And then we have also a brand new, another brand new partner, which is Higher Ring. which is a marketplace for recruitment, putting you in contact with very high quality recruiters. And they are willing to help startups and scale-ups to the point that they are giving 50% discount to all our members. So that again, if you want to know how to take advantage of this offer, go back to the members section. So I haven't said the name of everyone, of all the partners yet, but I just want to really thank every single one of them. And then we have a third category of partners, which are, and it's not the corporate partners. We messed up in the presentation. Sorry for that. It's the structural partners. So these partners are more offering support and deals to our community, such as Silver Square, as you know, for fire. We have lots of trainings. I was mentioning earlier on social media as a service. They support us very nicely. And then we have Febelfin Academy. Something that you know is that they offer us 2 trainings a year that they fine-tune to make it more fintech for you. But what they also do is you have between 10 and 30% on all their trainings. So if you go and you say that you are a member of Fintech Belgium, of course you need to prove it. They have a list. Don't try and trick them. But you will have from 10 to 30% on all their trainings. And then Into the Minds offers you also video capsules to a really competitive price. So I've gone through all of them. I have no more saliva, and I'm dying for a beer.
Me too. So, but that's
but
a
maybe,
good transition.
I don't know if there is another slide. I don't think so.
No, thank you for your participation. No, but I think a very, very big thank to all these partners, because, you know, it's always an hassle for us to run after partners, but without the partners, there is no visibility, neither for you, neither for the partners. And at the end of the day, the fuel of the society is a bit of money in order to make all this happen. So thank you very much for your patience. I hope we haven't been too long. Actually, we have been too long, but that's fine. I hope you will
enjoy your beer.
Enjoy your beer. And so tell us what's happening now.
So now I have just put Dimitri live. I don't know if he can activate his camera and microphone. So Dimitri Van Roy, here we go.
Hello, hello.
Coming from, wait just a second, I'm trying to, oops, here we go. And so Dimitri comes from Brussels Beer Project.
Hello, hello.
So that's you will like. and so welcome. Yeah, I don't know, maybe Dimitri, you can tell us a little bit more about Brussels Beer Project.
Yeah, for sure. So Brussels Beer Project is a pretty young brewery. We've been around for 8 years now. I'm now the oldest employee. I started 6 years ago when we were 5. Now we're a team of 30 people, and we're hiring a lot of people because we're doing quite well and we keep expanding. We'll open a new bar in June, and we'll have a new brewery up and running by the end of the year. So things are going quite well. We're brewing in the city center. We have a small brew pub in Rue Antoine d'Ansart, where we make a new beer about every week. But we also have a core range which was elected by the public. So since 2013, we bring out 4 beers. We do tastings in bars, and people decide which one will become the new all-star of BBP. And so the 3 beers you have there in front of you are elected by our crowd, by our community in the last 8 years.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed.
No, and to be clear, I enjoy very much your beer. You know, I've been participating Réseau Entreprendre in Brussels.
Yes.
And we have accompanied you at the time, and so not only we could accompany you, but we have been enjoying your beer, and I can tell you, I like very much the Big Bertha, and I'm a fan. So congratulations for this great success. It's wonderful.
Thanks a lot, and thanks for having me.
And so you have received in your pack like little packs as well.
No, it's not drugs.
Maybe Dimitri, you can.
It's not drugs, no.
No, indeed.
No
So
drugs.
can you maybe tell us more about those?
Yeah, for sure. I can actually share a little video with you later to show how the brew process goes a day in the brewery.
So why don't we first start with a beer, because I think it's time for everyone to get the first beer, because some of them have been waiting for 3 hours, I think.
Yeah, let's get started with this.
Let's get one.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I give everyone 2 minutes, and then we'll be back with the beers.
So I can tell you, Dimitri, that I enjoyed very much the IPA. This is really the proof that. No, I know, but we have received the special edition, and we have been able to drink it, and
So,
it's fantastic. I don't know whether I'm spoiling some kind of news, but this is okay, and that's a really extraordinary. So what I like very much is that now we are going to be able to drink. I think that especially for those that have been speaking a lot, so especially Alessandra. Not to mention Xavier, that has been to the General Assembly, and I tell you, he has been explaining the figures, and after explaining the balance sheet and the P&L, you have always a very dry throat, and now we are going to be able to drink. So I don't see the others on the other side, but please do so.
So, Dimitri, I think that there is a way of serving a beer. Can you maybe show us already?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna drink a non-alcoholic beer. It's a non-drinking day for me. But a beer is poured when you hold your glass at a 45-degree angle, and you just slowly start to pour it in. The trick with bottles is that as they are re-fermented, that means that there's still a little bit of yeast on the bottom of the bottle. So you pour pretty much all of it. I mean, you go from 45 all the way to straight up, so you get a nice bit of foam. And with the bottle, as it's re-fermented in the bottle, so you swirl at the end a little bit what's left, and then you pour it in if you want a bit of sediment, which will also give you some haziness to it. So yeah, obviously you need some nice heads, and head actually, the foam will kind of protect the aromas from staying inside the beer, which is a thing that Belgians like a lot. So I would say cheers to everybody. And you'll be drinking Wunderlager. It's 3.8%, very refreshing, very refreshing light beer. We like to use a lot of hops, and that's the green stuff you have in your little bag there. Hops are not only giving aroma and flavor, they also preserve beer, and that's the way to use. Yeah, in these we get the hops. Don't eat them because they're very bitter. But they
don't eat them. Huh?
They smell.
We may not eat them. It's very clear, Dimitri.
Yeah.
We don't want the people to be badly.
Oh no! They will just experience a very bitter experience in the mouth. They're not gonna get sick.
All right. Okay.
So we.
But Dimitri, maybe you could tell us what we need to see. Maybe is there a way, like for wine, to look at what they call la robe? I don't know how you call that in English, but is there a special way to look at the beer? What do we need to see? The bubble, the color, whatever, and as you said, like maybe the fact that we can see through, and maybe how do we taste the beer? Because I know that with wine you have to swallow in a lot of air, but
cheers, guys! Cheers! I'm dying to drink something here.
Well,
can you show us how you do?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like with wine, we're using our senses to understand what's going on, and obviously, I'm having a different beer here, but it looks very similar in color. We see like a very light base. This means that the grains have been malted and toasted only very lightly. So in this beer, you'll get a very light malt profile. So that's the grain you have in front of you, the barley, will affect the color unless you're starting to add fruits like cherries and it makes it red. So the grain is going to determine the color of your beer. We're going to take the aroma, so we're not going to start using our nose. Tell me what you're smelling actually. I want to know from you guys what you're...
What we could do, maybe, Dimitri, what I propose is that we divide the groups into 3.
Yeah.
And we all go in a room and we discuss per 6 people or something like that, because we're 18.
Yeah.
And so that we can maybe answer those questions. So what would be the questions they have to answer? Like what the smell, what it makes them think of in terms of smell, or...
Yeah, maybe try to understand which ingredients will give which kind of flavors and aromas, like, and what are you experiencing? Think of anything you eat and drink and try to relate it to what you're smelling in this particular product. So yeah, I think it's a good challenge.
Okay, I'll break everyone into 3 rooms.
Okay.
And let's discuss all together. And it will be something like 5 minutes, and then we can come back, or 10 minutes, so that we can actually introduce each other.
Yeah. Great. Good luck. I don't think I can hear you.
I would like to put you into another room, but I don't know why I can't see you at all. Maybe you need to go in apps. Can you hear me?
Apps, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And
So you go in apps, you go in breakouts, and then you will go into manage breakouts, and then you will see join, and just choose like maybe the last room, so that because that's where there's less people.
Okay.
Or you can go in any. You go in manage breakout, and every time you can go into whatever room, you can even pop by one and go to the other. And
sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Okay. Oops. So.
All right, everybody's back.
Yeah, everyone's back. But what you could do is activate your camera and your microphone so that I can put you actually and come live in the main room, because we are only 14 people apparently. So I can bring you all live.
Ah, nice.
Here we go.
Now I get to see everybody.
Exactly.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. I'm not going to put Jean-Louis because Jean-Louis is already on the other camera.
Hi, Nicolas. How are you?
So, François, you need to activate your camera and your microphone from the top left. And otherwise, everyone else is live.
So who wants to tell me about beer? You like it?
I like it. And I was saying I found it nearly blanche in the color and a bit citrusy. Lemony, I said, and you said citrusy. I'm cheating.
Anybody else got comments or knows what the grains and the hops are for?
It's a very nice beer, but I made the mistake of having an IPA right before this, so we should have done it in the reverse order.
Yeah.
Always look at the alcohol percentage of your beer. Maybe it's even more easy drinking now after the IPA.
It's very smooth, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how it is tomorrow morning. We'll see then. But for now, it's very smooth.
And would you add a piece of lemon on it or not?
No. We don't do that.
You don't do that.
No, that's one of the rules of artisanal beer is you cannot do that. I mean,
maybe you should break the room as.
I mean, you do whatever you want. I mean, I if you want to, sure. I mean, the citrusy part here is from the hops, and we play a lot with different hops. So the form you have it in is tight, so we can preserve them better. But yeah, there's hundreds different of varieties, and especially the New World hops. We describe them from very floral all the way to very tropical fruits. Even coconut, dill aromas are not uncommon coming from hops. Hops were kind of used as preservative after people started switching from different herbs to hops. It became the dominant plant to preserve beer because it keeps it from going sour, or at least goes sour quickly. And now we focus a lot on the aromas of hops. So we were a bit more sophisticated and a bit more fancy with our beer than back in the day when it was there to survive, to not having to drink bad water.
But there's also I heard that there was a lot of Belgian production, at least in the UK. They are farming lots of local, and it's really this new trend of having local hops. And
absolutely, and Belgium used to have quite a lot of hops around Aalst and Poperinge.
Yeah.
And there's one farm we work with in Poperinge called Hoppekruid, who invested in better packaging, which is something they started to do in the New World, like in the US. And we always talk about American hops being really good because of terroir, but it's also because of packaging. So we were very happy we're working with Hoppekruid. And there is indeed, like, they are pushing for the old farmers to get new packaging, and new fields are coming back. So there's definitely a big trend for local and organic. So yeah, it's nice to see that it's coming back, because a lot of those fields were removed in the 70s and so on for other crops. But yeah, it's massive in the UK, in Czech Republic, Germany. But we get hops even from New Zealand that smell like Sauvignon Blanc grapes.
Wow.
Like, yeah, so.
Cheers, François. And who knows how to make beer? How a beer is made? No? There's a 1-minute video that Dimitri has there to share. Are you patient enough to watch that? And curious?
Yes.
We can do 2
Yay.
minutes. All right, let me figure out how to screen share
Thank
here.
I need to give you access. I'm drinking already too many beers. Wait. You should be able to. I don't know why I can't give you access. Oh. Don't know why. Normally I should be able to give you access and I don't know why. No, you have access actually.
Okay.
If you go in apps and you have desktop share.
Okay, let me figure this out.
It's really nice, and I've got sun in my beer. It's like, it just looks gorgeous.
It might take me a little minute to make it work. Maybe we can already talk about the second beer. I don't recommend you to drink all of them.
I don't see why.
Or share them with somebody else at home. I'm adding the plugin here to screen share. So the second beer we have is Delta IPA.
Yes.
It's even more focused on the hops. And it's also a bit heavier in alcohol.
Let me go and get mine. Oops. And share mine as well. Oops.
And you did not send samples, huh? You sent 33 centiliters per beer.
Non, ouais, franchement, il faudrait que tu essayes. Ça te rendra. Au début, c'est super excitant, puis après, ça devient normal.
Tu veux partager une Delta?
Yeah, sharing is caring.
Ça doit être comique.
Il faut que la tenue? Non, il faut la blanc. Mais elle a dans les dimensions. C'est pas bon.
Non, je voulais te demander si tu voulais qu'on partage une Delta. Oui?
Okay, for some reason it doesn't want to
Maybe
play.
you can upload it on the in the tool. If you go in files, you might be able to upload it there.
Okay.
Am I the only one to take my Delta out?
It's fine.
Coming.
Maybe. I had a question about the Delta actually.
Yeah, go for it.
So I get the impression that the Delta is the foamiest beer of any beer I've ever had. Whenever you open it up, it's always exploding all over the place, more than any other beer.
Really?
Oh, really? It's funny because I think that the Wonderlager has a more fizziness than the Delta.
Yeah.
And you're talking about bottles, right? Because we have cans as well.
Yeah, the bottles.
And you're sure you always keep your beers cold, right?
Yeah.
And you're not shaking them either before.
I try to avoid it, but I always get the impression that the Delta is really the beer that, when you open it, it's got the highest risk factor of any beer I drink.
That's I've never heard that comment before, but that's interesting. I mean, Belgian beers are generally a bit higher carbonated than other country beers.
You do add a little bit of yeast in the bottle, don't you?
Yes, a little bit of. Well, generally the yeast is still present. We add a little bit of sugar to get some natural carbonation, which is very Belgian. Other countries they would just do it with CO2. I'm so sorry. I'm really trying to make this work.
I'm sharing it. Do we drink the sediments or not? Do we need to serve it or not?
That's definitely personal choice. It has less sediment than other Belgian beers. It might add a little bit more bitterness, a little bit more haziness, but yeah, it's not gonna hurt you.
maybe, I don't know if everyone around the table knows everyone in the meantime. Like Daniel, do you know everyone around the table? Daniel is one of the latest comers in FinTech Belgium.
Yes, no, I do not know everybody.
So let's go around quickly whilst Dimitri tries to sort it out. I'm just going to turn the desktop share off so that everyone can see each other.
So,
yeah, go for it, Daniel.
So, very briefly, I know FinTech from past experience at DXC in insurance. I was strongly impressed by the way the association is working. Now I joined a scale-up company, and scale-up or startups are very can understand them with each other much better than with big companies, and interested also by the topics discussed within this forum. Therefore, we decided to become partner from FinTech some weeks ago. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Jean-Christophe?
Yes, hello everyone. So I'm working actually for Simon Braun. I'm a lawyer specialized in FinTech.
I can hardly hear you.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, better. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm actually a lawyer specialized in FinTech and financial regulation. I'm actually working for Joan, who's there. So I'm going to watch everything I am saying because my boss is there. So that's it. And I'm also passionate about legal tech and the way we could provide legal services in another way to our clients.
Thank you, Jean-Christophe. And welcome to the team of Simon Braun. I didn't know, we hadn't met or hardly. I think it was only digital before.
Yes, it's really nice to meet you too.
One day, hopefully.
One day.
Kjell, hi.
Hi. So I've been around with FinTech for a while. So I'm with Asana. We're a consulting firm specialized in payments and cash management. So strategy, product management, project management, business analysis, and where we help banks, corporate treasurers, as well as fintechs and solution providers with their payment challenges. And we just signed to become a partner with FinTech. What was it? 2 days ago? Very recently, but looking forward to collaborating as well. We'll be giving some trainings as well. And yeah, otherwise, if you have any payments or payment technology related questions, then don't hesitate to reach out.
Absolutely. And I think that Mathieu is with you.
Yes.
I'm going to go on with, I mean, everyone knows Regina here so that she can say hi. And then we have our new member of the team. I couldn't introduce him earlier on. So Jamie is the new person. He's replacing Caroline.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
So yes, I'm new, as Alessandro was saying. I know some of you, but not all of you. So yeah, it's great to be here and hope you're enjoying the beer. I think you all are.
Yes, we do.
There we go. Confirmed by Daniel.
So yeah, and so Jamie is going to take care of all the event management, and he's taking care already, and partnerships as well.
Yeah.
Joan.
Voilà, I'm not on mute anymore. Yes, so I'm basically a lawyer by background, active in the fintech industry for a long time now, and very happy to have joined FinTech Belgium recently. Voilà.
Yeah, Joan has joined our board tonight, actually.
Yes,
officially.
So
At least.
Yes.
2 hours ago, less. Yeah. And we have Mathieu, the last but not least.
Yes, Hi. So I'm also working with Kjeld. Actually, we are in the same firm, so has an app. So I won't describe it again, but let's say that here within FinTech Belgium, I'm mostly doing the connection between our firm as a corporate partner and FinTech Belgium, so we can make it happen for all the trainings we want to do with payments, all the help we want to provide, and perhaps also new beers, because I think the stock will end at some point, so maybe time to start brewing. Well, not going to be competing with you, Dimitri, but maybe we'll see if we can manage to do something great. You notice I'm not the expert, so I will delegate it to somebody else. But yes, let's see.
And someone who activated his camera a bit late is Xavier. Can maybe introduce himself?
Me? I'm a beer drinker, and it's why I'm here.
He was just a tourist. We found him just in front of the door, so we let him in.
Yeah, there was a door barking here, and so I came to see what was happening, and to apologize for the noise. They're offering me a beer, and so a very good beer actually. Thank you.
An excellent one.
Awesome. I think the video is uploaded.
In the files?
Yes.
Okay, let me see. I'm going to try that.
So we'll have a quick 2-minute video on a brew day.
Oh yeah, great. Thank you. Oh. Nearly there. Back a bit. Oh. It's excellent music, by the way. Let's try again. It's loading. I don't know why. Okay, it doesn't want to go to the end, apparently. We'll never know how we finish. Can you maybe, Dimitri, we've lost Dimitri, actually, haven't we? Yeah, we have. How sad. I was going to ask him if he could explain to us what happened in that video, but disappeared. So up now, here he is. So up live.
Oh, hey again.
Hey,
the
he
video
disappeared. The video never finished, so we haven't seen what happened at the end, but we saw these.
Yes.
So can you explain, the different steps and what happened?
Sure. I mean, so a day in Donsard is to make 1,000 liters of wort. And wort is the sugary liquid we create before fermentation starts after that. So in the morning, the brewers will break the grains through a mill. And the blue thing you saw, so the grain you have in front of you is...
Sorry. I was just trying to launch it again, but have it without sound so that you can comment on it. No, you all have to turn the sound off. It's on local. If you go on the video, normally you should be able to. If you go on the video, you should be able to turn the sound off so that we can hear Dimitri explaining what's happening. I'm super curious, but don't know you, but so I'm relaunching.
So the big white bags are every times 25 kilos of the barley or wheat that we use. So that's the sugar source. So the little grains you have in front of you, those you can eat. They will taste quite ready.
Someone still has his sound on. Sorry. Someone has his sound on still. Daniel O'Keld. François is gone. Wait, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn. Voilà, François is off. Here we go. Sorry, Dimitri.
No worries.
Here we go. Now we're all ears.
Still loading. You all have Sam, our English brewer, holding a bag of grain in front of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So so that gets milled. So we crack open those grains so we can get to all the sugars that we want for the brewing process, and the sugar which will become the alcohol you're drinking. So the first part is mixing grain and water. So we call it the mash in. So during the mash, you at different temperatures you will extract different kind of sugars, and that then becomes some kind of a porridge. Obviously, we don't want the grain in the final product, so we have to filter it out. So the second part, we call it filtration or lautering, and that's where we separate the sugary wort that we created from the grain and the spent grain. Actually, with the spent grain, some of it we dry it and we sell it to local bakeries so they can make part of their bread with our spent grain.
Yeah, and they also make crackers, don't they? I've seen organic crackers made out of that.
Yeah, beer foods. There are a few guys from Schaarbeek. They make some crackers. Traditionally, it goes to animal feed. Some of it goes to biomass. But yeah, there's more and more solutions to.
Oh wow!
Actually, I've seen bar chairs made out of them.
Really?
Yeah. So people are definitely finding solutions to be more circular. And so then we have the sugary liquids. I mean, breweries are a very clean environment. Brewing is cleaning. Most of the time, a brewer is pretty much cleaning. So to make sure that everything is sanitary. But we still add hops to preserve the beer. Like I said, if you wouldn't add hops, different kind of bacteria could start working, which makes the beer sour. Sometimes you want a sour beer, but then you make it controlled sour, not by.
What we saw first instead of hops, wasn't it like sage and rosemary or something?
Yeah, this is quite particular. This brew day is a beer that's now in our tanks. It will become beer of the month of June, and it's actually was the recipe for my wedding 2 years ago. And we rebrewed it now 12 times, so it will be 12,000 liters of this beer, which was a recipe of 3.8%, very easy drinking, a bit sour, pears, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and then those three herbs: sage, thyme, and rosemary. So wow. I wanted something easy drinking for my wedding. My mother-in-law would also have a glass because she's not really a beer drinker. So that was it was a successful day and successful beer. But normally we won't add herbs that often. Normally we'll use those hop pellets that we use either on the hop side, so during the boil, more for preservative reasons, but we also use it during fermentation more for the aromas coming from those hops. So yeah, mashing and lautering takes a few hours. Boiling takes about an hour. So a brewer will come in at 8 or 9 in the morning. morning, and he will be done by like 6 in the evening. You know, once the wort is boiled, then we will cool it down, and it goes into a separate tank. We pitch the yeast, so we add yeast to start the fermentation. Yeast will first consume all the oxygen in the tank, because oxygen is bad for beer because it would change the color and would make it taste like paper or cardboard. But at first it needs oxygen to become powerful, and then it will start attacking the sugars, turning it into alcohol and CO2. So that's kind of, and fermentation takes, most of the sugar gets converted in the first few days. The way that Belgians make beer with the re-fermentation in the bottle will mean that from start to finish it takes about 6 weeks, but you could make a beer in 4 weeks if you want to.
Yeah, I remember going to Orval actually, and seeing these like crates of beers, and you're like, but you've got so much stock. And it's like, no, this is actually fermenting in the bottles before we send them out.
Yeah, that's very Belgian, and I think there's something to say for it, because I think it protects the beer a bit better when there's still live yeast in the bottle. What happens a lot with these cans, I mean, and I like beers in cans when you drink them really fresh, but there's no more live yeast, which means that you know, like there's nothing protecting the beer anymore.
Oh yeah.
So you pretty much want to drink those beers fresh, which is something we promote because hops start fading quite quickly as well. We drink, we probably QC 2-3 batches of Delta every week, whether they're fresh 1 month old, 2 month olds, and we can definitely notice differences. I mean, we're pretty trained on those beers, so we also want to make sure that they're still fine for the consumer.
And how long can we keep it in the fridge?
I mean, that's the optimal situation, right? If you can keep your beers cold all the time, that's the best for the beer. Unfortunately, it's not in our culture to store them cold, maybe in the cellar. But in other countries, there's a whole culture of cold chain where beer is almost like milk, and you know, like fresh milk, and so it stays in fridges all the time. That would be ideal.
Okay.
Maybe not environmentally that good to put all your beer cold all the time. Would require quite a lot of energy, but for the product it could be better.
Yeah. Can you tell us quickly what the notes in the Delta would be? Because I don't know if anyone has tried the Delta now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Delta, yay.
How are you?
I knew who to call.
How are you perceiving this beer in comparison to the first one?
Okay, certainly less citrusy. Kjeld, please come and help me. Much more bitter. I prefer the fizziness of this one because the other one is thinner in a way, and then there's fruit. I don't know if it's peach or passion fruit or something like that. It depends on what I drink it with. But yeah, Kjeld?
No, I like it. It's got some nice honey notes as well. It's one of the beers I regularly have in the fridge. So,
thank you for the support. You're paying my paycheck.
For an IPA, I find it's not very bitter compared to a lot of others, so it's a little bit smoother. Although I think the alcohol percentage is higher than with a lot of IPAs as well. I don't know what this one's at now.
6.5.
Yeah. So no, I like it. It's a good beer.
It's an excellent beer.
Yeah, I would.
It's my favorite, I have to say.
Yeah, 4 out of 10 bottles we sell actually is Delta IPA. So that's
4 out of 10.
Yeah, so that's pretty important for us.
Wow.
It's the first beer of the company. So when Olivier and Sébastien started, they created 4 beers at home: Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta. They did tastings in the city, and so people elected this beer. So we've been brewing this since 2013. I would describe it indeed like an entrance IPA, you know, an IPA to get to know what that kind of beer is. There's still something familiar Belgian there because we use those aromatic hops that are more, you know, New Worlds. It smells, you know, we describe it as grapefruity, a bit lychee, maybe a little bit of bubblegum even.
This one.
It
smells like drugs.
It is family. It is.
Has anyone smelled it? I mean, I'm not crazy, and my mom is not there because for those who don't know, Regina is my mom, and seriously, this is weed.
It's family. It's direct family of cannabis.
Oh yeah.
And did you say?
Oh, she's back. I need to be careful what I
hear
say now.
something.
It's strong.
Yeah.
Now you piqued my interest.
Oh no, it's incredible.
I've never smoked it.
I wouldn't.
But it's probably too bitter.
It smells of cannabis, but also like, might be weird, but like sweeter and maybe spinachy, like kind of. Super weird.
Do you get any fruity notes?
I love it. In there. Is this the one that goes into Delta?
That's one of the hops that's in there, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. But so then the Belgian part of this IPA is the yeast. It's still a Saison yeast. Saison beer style from Hainaut, you know, which was actually a beer brewed in winter by the farms, so they could serve it to their seasonal workers in the summer, Saison saisonnier. And so we still have some very popular saisons, like Saison du Pont, which is kind of the reference worldwide for this kind of beer. And so the yeast strain is very similar to what they are using. So the yeast will give also fruity aromas, maybe less in this beer, more in the Grosse Bertha, where you will smell like banana, or German Hefeweizens, you smell banana that's coming from the yeast. Or something more spicy. So you can have what we call a phenolic side, so you get a little bit of you know, some herbs or spice character, and that's also coming from the yeast in this beer.
I don't find any fruit in it. I don't know who else has got like this little bag. I don't find fruit. I have like the green side, like really herby side, very strong. But what would you say fruit would be in there?
You know, I mean, they're not super fresh, obviously, anymore because they've been out of the freezer for about a week. But I mean, maybe even if you would crush it in your hands and you would rub it.
I'll do it. Don't laugh, Kjeld. I'm
Crush it
doing
in your
it.
hand, put it in some paper, yeah.
Put it in your glass.
Do you know that we are still registered?
Yes, true.
It's maybe good to say.
I'm still recording the session. I'm stopping the recording.